Hey guys, welcome to another video. Now this video is going to be a lot different than most of my other videos that I put on the channel. This video is going to be a full in-depth guide of how to kill Jason Voorhees. Jason in Friday the 13th, the game. Now I'm doing this video because today I came across a random Jarvis and I tried to get him to help me kill Jason, but he did not know how to do it. And I was just like, I'm there like, oh, come on, Jarvis, please. And he did not know what to do. Like, he grabbed the axe, and it's just, I'm there like, oh, come on. So this is why I'm making this video today, for anybody who still doesn't know how to kill Jason. Now, a lot of people will hear the term kill Jason when playing Friday Night, and they'll most likely be like, oh wow, that's like one of the hardest things to do in the game. It's actually not too difficult, and I'll break it down step by step what to do and how to do it. Now, before I start explaining what to do, it would be the wisest thing to do. I think this guide properly goes along, what I'm about to do in this guide, it properly goes along with having a friend with you. So make sure that before you even start playing Friday, make sure you have a friend with you who's going to be playing with you. So if you did want to kill Jason, you have a friend there to back you up. Now, before the match starts, make sure you know who is the one that's going to be using the sweater on Jason. So what I mean by this is, make sure that you or your friend is a female. It doesn't matter what female you want to be if you want to kill Jason. Personally, I would pick one that's got like good running speed, like Vanessa or Tiffany, because you're not going to be fixing anything around. You're going to try and be killing Jason, and then your friend, who is going to become Jarvis, can be whoever he wants to be, a female. Now, I'd personally be someone like Chad, because he's got good luck, so he can hit Jason down. He's got 10 luck, so he can hit Jason down. So you can constantly use the machete to hit Jason down. Now, when you've decided who you both want to be and the match starts, and none of you are Jason, and you both want to kill Jason, just play the game normally, you know. Find the nearest cabin to you and just start searching cabins until you have, I would say, at least one pocket knife, at least one heal spray, and either a machete or an axe. Now, the statistics have shown, and I know this for a fact, that the machete and the axe are the two most damage dealing weapons in the game. So my thing to say is to grab a machete or an axe, whichever one you find. Then what you need to do is you need to both meet up and you both need to find Jason. If Jason goes to one of you guys, then the other one needs to run over. So both of you are then with Jason. Then what you both need to do is you need to start hitting Jason down. Now I would say aim for the head, because if you aim for his head and you get him in the head, like when he's breaking down a door or something, it's glorious, because that does so much damage, especially if they're like a high damage dealing counselor like Adam or something. It does a lot of damage to him, and it can knock off his mask like really easily, really quickly. Now, the reason why I say have a pocket knife and a heal spray is because Jason, obviously, especially if he's a good Jason, he'll try to fucking like, he'll most likely try to slash you down, or he'll try to pick you up. So that's why I say have a pocket knife just in case, and have a heal spray just in case he does start slashing you down. So then when he's stunned again, you can use that heal spray, and you'll be fine. Now, when you have eventually knocked off his mask, quickly, whoever is going to pick up the sweater from the shack, quickly go find his mask on the floor, quickly grab it, and then quickly bolt off. Bolt off away from Jason ASAP, and then the one who wants to be Jarvis dies to Jason. So hopefully Jason, while he's killing you, you'll be gone and Jason won't know where you are and whatnot, and hopefully Jason won't follow you. But if he does start following you and whatnot, just lead Jason to another group of counselors. I know it's mean and whatnot, but if you can pull it off, then they'll get a nice amount of XP rewards, so don't worry about that. Just lead Jason to another group of counselors. Now, when Jason's firing off you, you start playing the game normally again. You search more cabins for stuff, more pocket knives and whatnot, more heal sprays, just in case Jason does come at you again. Now, this is where it becomes difficult, because you're going to need to bank on the other counselors calling Jarvis, or you finding Jarvis in the cabins you search. And this is the problem. Um, if you're especially when you're doing this with one friend, which a lot of people normally do, fucking, however the game decides to do it, you might not be Jarvis all the time. So because Jarvis is, or say if two people die, it's either one of them two. It's either going to be the first to die or the second to die. If Jarvis is cool. If you die, if your friend is going to want to die and somebody manages to escape in a car or something and Jason doesn't manage to stop him and doesn't kill anybody else and Jarvis is done, then Jarvis will be your friend and Jarvis, or if somebody leaves the match, while it's going and whatnot, while you're like knocking off his mask, somebody leaves the match, that's brilliant. So eventually when your friend does become Jarvis in the match, what you then want to do is you want your friend to tell you where we are so you can meet up somewhere. You both meet up, and then you both go to his shack. Now, his shack spawns on 2 different places on all 7 maps in the game. And now, I have screenshots that I saved of all of the shack locations in the game. So I'll put them up here right now so you can see them. So the first ones are of Higgins Haven. The first one is the first shack spawn location, and the second one is the second shack spawn location. The next 2 screenshots after that are were the Pakanak ones. The big map of Pakanak. Those are the 2 spawn locations on the map on Pakanak big map. Then the 2 after that were of Crystal Lake big map, where his shack spawns there. The 2 spawn locations for Jason Shack on Crystal Lake, the big version of Crystal Lake, or just Crystal Lake. Then the 2 screenshots after that were of Higgins Haven, the small version of Higgins Haven, where his shack spawns on that map. The 2 spawn locations for his shack are on that one. Then the 2 screenshots after that were the ones were on Pakanak, the small version of Pakanak, where you find his shack. Then the 2 screenshots after that were the Crystal Lake, the small map, where you can find his shack on those 2 on that map. Crystal Lake Small, the 2 screenshots, and then the last 2 screenshots are Jarvis House, where you'll find his shack on Jarvis House. Now, it's always random where the shack spawns, so my best bet is while you're waiting for your friend to become Jarvis and whatnot, I would go to one of these shack spawn locations that I'm showing you now, and if it's there, brilliant. You can get your friend to meet you up there. If it's not there, then you'll know where the only other place where it could be, and then you know to fucking go there with Jarvis. Now, when Jarvis does come back and he's with you and whatnot, and you know where his shack is, go to his shack, and then the female who grabbed the sweater inside the shack, go inside the shack with the mask in the inventory, and so then Jason does not get alerted that you're going inside his shack, because a lot of people don't know this, or I think some people still don't know this. If you have the mask on and you enter Jason's shack, or the mask is in your inventory, it doesn't signify Jason. Jason doesn't get the message from his mum to come to his shack because they're trying to take him. Then the sweater girl goes inside the shack, picks up the sweater, and picks up the axe. And then she goes back outside to Jarvis. Jarvis must not enter the shack, otherwise it will signify to Jason that somebody's inside his shack. And then the entire plan will be compromised, or it'd be harder. It's just a lot easier if just the sweater girl goes outside. Sweater girl, then the person with the sweater comes back outside of the shack, and then gives the shack to Jarvis. Gives the shack to Jarvis. Sorry, gives the axe to Jarvis, and then Jarvis gives his shotgun to the sweater girl. So at least then she's still got something to protect herself with from Jason, in case things go a bit bad and whatnot. Then what you both need to do is you need to find out where Jason is, and then when you finally found him, or he finds you, you then will need to lead him to an open area, so a road, we'll say, because like there's roads everywhere in the game, like a fucking dirt path or something, a dirt path, a road, or even an open field area. Just make sure it's flat enough, because otherwise the prompt might not work and whatnot later. You'll see why. And then, what you want to do is you want to get Jason to go after Jarvis, so to be running or walking after Jarvis. Jarvis needs to be somewhat good so he keeps juking him and whatnot. And then what you need to do is the person with the sweater needs to go up behind Jason and she needs to use the sweater. Now, you need to make sure that she is close enough to Jason, otherwise it will not work. So just make sure that you're properly close enough to Jason, and then press the triangle button to initiate the prompt. And then I'm not sure what it is on Xbox and whatnot. I'm sorry, I'm only doing it for PS4. I don't know what it is, but press the triangle button on the PS4 to begin the prompt. Now, when you do that, hopefully everything goes to plan, and she uses the sweater to start imitating Jason's mum. Now, you only get one use of this, so make sure you do this correctly. Now, when the sweater gets used, Jarvis goes back to Jason and goes to one of his two sides, either his left or right one. It doesn't matter. I would say do it there, because in my times of killing Jason, as you'll see on the channel, I've killed him a lot of times now. It's always worked out 100% of the time when you do it from the side. When you do it from the front, sometimes it doesn't work and Jason doesn't fall to his knees for whatever reason. That's just the game. So, but when you do it from the side, all the times for me it's worked, which has been like, what, 4 times? So my best bet would say to go to his side. Now, this is where it gets a bit tricky. You have to use the axe at exactly the right time. Now, when Jason uses his weapon, and what he does is he fucking, like, he'll hold his weapon up in the air, and he'll fucking put it down, like, he'll try to use it, and then he'll shake his hand a bit, because he can't use the weapon, because obviously Mummy's telling him not to. When he does that, straight after that, Jarvis smacks him. Make sure you're close enough, and Jarvis smacks him, and then, if that's all done correctly, and the game registers it. Now, the game might not register, like, the prompt, and sometimes the sweater doesn't work and whatnot, and if it doesn't, that's just the game, don't worry, it's not your fault, and you have to try again. But if that's all done correctly, and after Jarvis smacks him, and he does fall to his knees, on one side, and he does fall to his knees, what Jarvis then needs to do is he needs to go in front of Jason, and you need to do the prompt again. Now, the prompt being X on the PS4, A on the Xbox One, and E, I believe, on the PC. And then once you've done that and everything's correct, you'll have a little cutscene where, Jarvis is done correctly, like the music, and there'll be like music, and like it'll all go like glowing orange and whatnot, and you'll see Jarvis smacking Jason once in the face with the axe, then smacking him again, delivering the final hard-hitting blow to him, therefore killing him. Now, you don't have to do it with the axe. You can do it with a machete as well. And basically, you follow all the other steps that I've just said until you go to his shack. When you go to his shack, if you want to do it with a machete, then what you do is, instead of grabbing the axe inside the shack, make sure before you find and meet up with Jarvis that you have a bat on you. Or you can do it with the axe. But this way is a lot more trickier because the person with the sweater is going to have to do a lot more work. So basically what you then do is you just grab the sweater. Jarvis needs to find a machete for himself, so he'll won't come with you. He'll find a machete, then he'll come with you and whatnot. And you'll both find Jason, and then what you do is you want to use the machete to kill Jason. What you'll do then is you will make sure that you're properly close enough to Jason, and make sure that he's going after Jarvis again, so you can do the sweater. Now what you need to be doing is you need to be like properly close to him, like 1 feet apart. So because what you're going to do is you're going to use the sweater now, and then as soon as you've used the sweater, and you start imitating his mum, use the weapon, whatever that is on the Xbox, PS4, well, for PS4 it's R2 for me anyway. And use the weapon, use the bat, or the axe, it doesn't matter, you can use the bat or the axe, you can grab the axe inside the sweater inside the shack if you want to. and then you make sure you're properly close enough to him, and then you press triangle on the sweater again. It might work all the time, and if it does work, then you can and then you use the weapon, that being the axe or the bat, has statistically proven again that does have the most probability of stunning Jason. And then if Jason will fall to his knees, Jarvis goes in front of him again and presses the prompt button, and if all done correctly, Jason falls to his knees, Jarvis presses the prompt button, and voila, you should get the fucking it should glow all orange, and you should get a little cutscene where Jarvis smacks him in the face with a machete and does the same thing again. Now, those are the two ways, the easiest ways I would have said to kill Jason. The easiest and most definite ways that are always going to work to kill Jason. Now, the first way of using the axe is a lot easier, I would have said, because you have to be so close with the sweater, and especially if it's a good Jason, he'll look behind him, say you're there, and he grabs you, and then you use the sweater, and it might not even work, and you might have been aware the prompt, and so that's why I'm saying using the axe would be a lot better to do it with. But you can do it with the machete as well. It doesn't matter either way you do it, but just but yeah, hopefully that you did enjoy this guide on how to kill Jason. It's not like a full in-depth guide, but it's like a pretty basic guide and whatnot. And hey, you get to see all of his all of his shack locations. So you know, now you know where all those spawn. And I hope that you enjoyed my brilliant talking skills in this guide on how to kill Jason Voorhees in Friday the 13th. If you did, then please give the video a thumbs up and like the video, and please subscribe if you really enjoyed my content that much. It helps me out a lot, and it shows that you really do like my content. And comment, you know, saying did you like it, what didn't you like about it, what you want changed differently about it. So yeah, hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys all later. Bye.